Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports news. Welcome back OpTic fans as well. Long time no see without update, but we could have a future update for all of you on where Hector Rodriguez will end up in esports, and it could be a neighboring city to where he currently is in Frisco, Texas, that being Houston, Texas. Now apparently Texas, a powerhouse for esports organizations, which we will get into in a second, but thanks to research by Next Level, I will link their article down below for all of you. They speculate as to why, and there are backup, reasons to believe this, guys, as to why Houston, Texas could be the place for Hector and his future organization or his part in an esports organization, and it is very exciting stuff. So first of all, why this is based on the research out there, not too long ago we had our 8th city announced. It was actually our 8th spot announced, I should say, for the Call of Duty World League. No city announced with that spot, unlike the previous 7 spots, which were all been given cities and pretty much have all given organizations as well. Those organizations, keep in mind, usually have Overwatch League spots. It's been a kind of a starting criteria for a lot of the CWL spots. Those organizations must also have Overwatch League spots. I believe of the 9 spots so far, 8 of the teams at least have Overwatch League teams underneath their umbrella. So for that 8th spot though, which no city has been tied to, it very well could be the Houston area. Now why though? We actually bring in a character like Lee Zieben, not to be confused with Neil Liebman, right? I've had a discussion with my team about this. You got Lee Zieben and Neil Liebman, who sound like aliases for each other. Neil was actually the guy who originally bought OpTic back in 2017. Lee Zieben had actually bought the Houston Outlaws back in late July. Now, why this is very suspicious, though, not suspicious, in a good way suspicious, is you actually look at apparently his Twitter account. Now, I cannot confirm its official Twitter account, although he's actually followed by many of the Houston Outlaws team, which does presume he actually is the real Lee Zieben. If you look back to his tweets back in mid-July, he was reaching out to Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, alongside The Rock, with this statement. It's a bit weird, but he did say, "I am purchasing 2 esports teams from the Overwatch and Call of Duty League. I am looking for strategic investors. Would you be interested? Teams will qualify as an opportunity zone investment. We will have a player whose name will be Prime." I don't know what he means by calling a player Prime in that fashion, but what's very suspicious, guys, yes, he's not only followed by the Outlaws guys, so it would presumably be his real account. Alongside that, within 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks from sending those tweets, he purchased the Houston Outlaws, which he said he was going to do, and around the same timeline, a little bit later down the road, guys, we have an 8th spot announced for the Call of Duty World League with no city being attached, but we have Lee Zieben, who has bought the Houston Outlaws, saying on his apparent Twitter account, and it presumably is his Twitter account, that he's already going to buy the Houston Outlaws, and of course he did, and a Call of Duty spot, which maybe he already has. And then we connect this to the fact that early rumors did state there was many people out there, I believe Adam Fitch might have been one of the sources out there, claiming that Hector had interest in the Houston Outlaws. Now they've been bought by Lee Zieben, right? And he can partner up with him, maybe in Houston, based in a city right next to his city in the same state, right? We look at, of course, in general esports for Texas, we got Dallas for Envy and Hastro themselves, Jason Lake, Complexity, I believe they're in Frisco, right next to the Hecz quarters with Hecz. And then we got, apparently down in Houston, we could have Lee Zieben alongside Hector Rodriguez, a bit of a move there for a home state, which all of his current players for Call of Duty are actually located in. And so if he wants to keep any of those players inside his organization and for the future Call of Duty team, which presumably at least one of those guys would maybe want to stay with Hector, right? It would all make sense. So we have these connections, parsed out back and forth, guys. It is a rumor, it's not confirmed, but we could very well see, with all these plans coming slowly to fruition, that 8th CWL spot could belong to a Houston team also owned by Lee Zieben, who could be partnering up with Hector, who would maybe want to stay in Texas with some of his players, with all of his connections, and next to some other big powerhouses in esports. The question now is, do you guys believe it? Either way, though, I love this speculation. You guys know I love this talking point. You guys can leave a comment down below. What's your biggest doubt about this? What's your biggest belief about this? Why do you not believe it, or why do you believe it? As always, my name is Jake, bringing out esports and other news here on the Daily. I hope you guys all enjoy. The biggest thing, though, I'm taking away from this is I am happy because Hecz could be back in esports in Houston.